Well, we have an update on that fertility clinic bombing that happened in California. Apparently, they have arrested an accomplice. So we're going to listen to exactly what they found and what exactly his role was in it, if they give that much detail.
Several weeks after a man detonated a bomb at this Southern California fertility clinic, killing himself and injuring 4 others in what the FBI called an act of terrorism, a second person is now behind bars tonight. 32-year-old Daniel Park, detained at JFK Airport in New York and accused of providing material support to the bomber, Guy Edward Bartkus.
I wonder what they mean by material, if it's like the car or the material for the bomb, building the bomb, securing the bomb. What exactly do they mean by material support? It's weird that they put that in kind of half quotations there.
Law enforcement learned that Park spent approximately 2 weeks visiting Barkus's residence, running experiments in Barkus's garage.
In the criminal complaint, the government says Park shipped approximately 275 pounds of ammonium nitrate, an explosive precursor used to make homemade bombs, to Barkus.
How though? Okay, maybe again, naivete. They would have to have done this over a very long period of time to have it shipped and not raised eyebrows to ship 275 pounds of that. Or what would you be shipping it under if you shipped it large? Either somebody else, look, I'll be making a prediction. They got somebody else they're gonna have to arrest. Somebody else gonna get arrested for this, because somebody else might have been working on the inside when it comes to the shipping and stuff. That don't sound right at all.
And they say they recovered handwritten notes of chemical explosive equations, including one related to the deadly bombing of a federal building 30 years ago.
Park was in possession of an explosive recipe that was similar to the Oklahoma City bombing.
Then that might have been, like I said, inside job. The thought process behind the Oklahoma City McVeigh guy said that he was not working alone, that he had governmental help. Could this have been an inside job in some way, shape, form, or fashion somehow? Could there be government people linked to this? Could it be linked to a government personnel somewhere? Look, this could get crazy.
Both men, police say, held twisted anti-life ideology dating back about a decade, which may have connected them online.
They don't believe that people should exist.
Police also say Park bought a plane ticket to Poland in cash 4 days after the bombing and burned some of his clothing before being picked up by authorities in Warsaw and sent back to the U.S. to face prosecution.
It seems as though only one of them had the escape route. They planned it very strategically. The odd thing about it is that how did they not get caught? Okay, so looking into some stuff here, if you were trying to ship ammonium nitrate as a hazardous material, you could do it. So this was in California. Okay, so to California, it's about 18 cents per pound cost to ship. Very specific packaging that you have to do. Our goal is that you have to pack it with instant ice. You have to make sure you do a whole lot of stuff to make sure it's shipped. It has to be labeled as a hazardous material. There's an extra charge on top of that. There's a co-signing fee. So this was a lot of money, seemingly a little too much for these particular people to have to ship 275 pounds of this thing over time.
All right, Sam joins us live in studio. Sam, and this is chilling. Authorities are saying that they used AI to maybe make those bombs?
It is incredibly scary, Tom. It's all in court documents, which say that Barkus, in fact, did use an AI chat program to try and maximize the lethality of the bomb. Police say it's the second time this year that a high-profile bombing has been linked to searches using publicly available AI. As for Park in court today, he came in, Tom, with a T-shirt that said, "Fight like Ukrainians."
Maybe AI is not as good as we expecting it to be. Again, it's how you use a tool, not necessarily the tool. I understand that information is out there and information can be used both for ill and for good. However, Maybe if you're going to make something open, make it with some sort of a fail-safe for a certain amount of information to be, I don't know, quantified. Like, say I'm asking how to maximize the impact of a bomb. Maybe instead of asking if I'm human, ask me for what purpose. And then say you have to prove that you're certain things in order for us to give you this bit of information. That might be a helpful thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too logically. But again, the amount of planning, preparation, and what they had to look into to get this thing going, it may be possible that these people may have had some help on the inside. Now, and I don't mean of the building. I mean in the governmental side of it to get this shipped, get it done, and to be able to be allowed to research this thing without any repercussions. That's the biggest scare here. But my prediction is they'll have more arrests based on what they hear from this guy. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's somebody from either the big time, the federal side, or the state side in government. Once we find out more, we told you we'd bring you information. We did. And if we find out even more in a follow-up, we'll update you then when we have it.